You ready? Well, welcome to another great episode.
No. Welcome to another episode of Great Food and the Best Topics with Husband and Wife. Today we're here at Betty Danger's, located in, is it Minneapolis or where?
Yeah, it's Minneapolis. If you wanted to get really specific, it's the village of Palm Springs Land. So it's the Northeast Art District of Minneapolis. I would say it's diversified. There's a nice mix of people here. Betty Danger's is a really, really cool, whimsical
It's
restaurant.
a nice mix of people here, like, in terms of what?
I am talking about the city, not immediately right now.
Okay, because I was going to say we're surrounded by like nothing but white people.
99% white people. There's one black guy working here. There's an Asian white dude over there. Everybody else is white, except for us. I guess we can't count ourselves out.
Yeah, I guess.
We're a minority standing strong.
We diversified it just by being here.
This is the same neighborhood that we went to go-karting for my birthday.
Oh, really?
And this is the same neighborhood that we went to the Lloyd Security Christmas party. So, yeah, this is an interesting area. It's really industrial too, but like old industrial. It's like they haven't used it in a while. So the ambiance of the city is cool. The ambiance of this location is awesome. It's considered a country club. It's called Betty Danger's, and the family who started Betty Danger's, essentially, obviously probably white and affluent, took their daughter, Betty, who was a little bit different, right? She wore bright colors and just stood out. They went to this country club when she was 5, and all the kids started making fun of her. So they chose to make a country club for themselves and others that, you know, didn't fit a specific mold. And I just think the story is cool. There's mini golf. Is that what it is? Mini golf or putt-putt? What is it called? Mini golf?
Mini golf.
Okay. And there's a huge Ferris wheel too, which makes it pretty cool. So you grab some cocktails, hop onto the Ferris wheel with your girlfriend, your wife.
The color theme is green and pink.
No, but then you go inside of the location, and it's like, it looks totally like you wouldn't expect it. I'll keep that a secret for when you visit.
But there's pink chandeliers in there.
Is
Did you
there?
notice it? Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll spoil it for you guys. It's all wooden. It almost seems like a really regal type of location where you have pretty expensive meals.
No, I mean, it is like
you.
that, but then outside it's kind of like a beachy.
Playful,
It's like a beachy theme.
It's the juxtaposition of the, two opposing like feelings. Cool place. We're gonna let you know how the food tastes, which is the most important part of any restaurant, right? With that being said, you ready to introduce the topics?
Sure, I'll start it off. So, should we talk about all the topics that we're gonna go through today, or should we just go back and forth? How do you want to do it today?
We usually just go through it, but let's introduce the topic, something new.
Okay.
As I sip on my bro mosa.
So, your bro mosa. Why don't you tell them what that's like? What your bro
It's
mosa
actually
is?
really good. So a mimosa is usually like champagne and orange juice. Well, this is a bro mosa, so you have like a wheat beer and an orange juice. It's just watered down beer at that point, but it tastes really, really good. Not something to get you drunk, but something to match your probably wife with a mimosa.
So I have an interesting
cup.
drink too. So
Pink.
this is prickly pear pink lemonade. So it's pretty good.
What's the alcohol in it?
I don't think there's alcohol in this. I thought I ordered alcohol, but I don't think I.
Can I taste it?
Yeah. It tastes just like pink lemonade, but it has a little. You can taste like the difference.
Yeah. Reminds me of like fruit infused water. It has like that little aftertaste.
It has like a little. It's like a refreshing aftertaste.
Yeah.
Okay. So today's topics, my two topics, are going to be Kylie Jenner and her recent cover on a Forbes list of being a quote-unquote self-made billionaire. Her makeup line has, I don't know if it's just projected or she has already made $900 million in 3 years. which is crazy. So that's my first topic, and my second topic is Chance the Rapper's proposal, and this sparked I guess a debate between him and another person that said that his proposal was trash, that he basically just proposed to his girlfriend of, I believe they've been together for 5 years, to have a child together. It looked like it was kind of like at a family barbecue for 4th of July, and he got on one knee and proposed to her, and a quote unquote fan went on Twitter, I think it was on Twitter, and said that, dang, like, I think she deserved a little bit more than just, like, basically was like, well, might as well get married, been together, have a kid. Like, so
I haven't seen the footage or even read anything about that, so I'm really curious to know more.
That's my second topic, and then KZ's topics are gonna be, it's National Ice Cream Day.
National Ice Cream Day.
So it's gonna be about what your favorite ice cream is, and a favorite ice cream memory, and also what was your second topic again?
I keep on forgetting what it was. The last and final topic is Amber Rose's Slut Walk that happens in October. Just what she's trying to do, and
like her message.
It's actually getting across.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we'll talk about it.
I'll start it off with the whole with Kylie Jenner. So obviously there's been a lot of debate on social media whether she's quote unquote self-made. A lot of people just feel like she's not self-made because she was born into a rich family.
Right.
So she had a lot of opportunity already, a lot of privileges in order to get there. I think on a flip side of it, people are like, she still had to put in a lot of work to make that line successful. Although she had that support system put in place, like that doesn't necessarily mean that you're automatically successful just because you're rich and you put something out.
Right.
Like there is still a lot of work that she had to put into that for it to be successful.
Right.
And I agree with that. Like I don't know if necessarily she meets the definition of self-made, but it was something that she did on her own. She had like a little bit, I don't know for sure, but she had money of her own before she even did her lip kit. Like she had already moved out of her parents' house, like maybe at 18.
Right.
Because she had money from keeping up with the Kardashians. They had a clothing line. Her and Kendall had a clothing line that I think they started out selling at PacSun. So she had her own money already, just for being, in that family. So I'm assuming that she took that money that she had and she invested it in this lip kit business, and it expanded from lip kits to just full-on makeup now.
Yeah.
So I think that she put in a lot of work in order for that to make it successful. I don't necessarily think that just because she was rich, like it made something successful. I can't really think of a situation of a rich person like putting something out and it not like working.
Oh, I'm sure that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I agree and I applaud the situation. I'm not hating on the situation at all. I mean, to analyze it, my thoughts right away is congratulations, to this young entrepreneur. $900 million is nothing to frown at. The fact that she's a woman and she's doing something huge, despite the story, it's inspiring. So yeah, put that on the front cover.
And she's not even 21 yet. I don't think.
Put that on the front cover because, what we're trying to do for our daughter is essentially let her know that there's nobody that's going to be waving a green flag for you to go, right? Like you can go whenever you really want to, and it's been my job to empower my daughter as much as possible, and that's what I am really excited about in regards to like the hate. Like people are hating on her because she's had this privilege, but that's the wisdom of a father that said, you know what, I'm gonna, because her father is a no, her father, I guess he's a U.S. athlete, right? Won a few gold medals, and made the decision to dedicate himself and his body to that goal, and that evolved into something else. And it wouldn't have, I don't think, ever got there if it wasn't for the sacrifices of her mother that, married a man that was an attorney and that rose through the ranks as an immigrant and started representing the biggest names in Hollywood and, kind of put the Kardashian name on the map. Like, so it's just like this like snowball effect. And a lot of times it's like you don't know what's going to come of it. You don't know what the benefit's going to be, but you make these sacrifices with the belief or the hope or the faith that it's going to put your family, your next of kin that you won't even see, like, your grandchildren in a spot or a place where they could be successful like Kylie is successful. So this isn't overnight success. This isn't the success of your sister. And I'm riding, this is on the backs of your last name. Like, and that's why I think about with a lot of people that are wildly successful, like even like Oprah, her coming from nothing. Yeah, congratulations, you came from nothing, Oprah, but it's not all you. It was your parents and the people that maybe you decided to surround yourself with and get influenced by that has elevated you to a point where you are the richest black woman in the world. So like,
I don't know if it's in a world.
You don't think? She's like a billionaire.
No, I'm sure there's other rich black women.
That's true. Maybe not the world. There's probably like a queen somewhere that's just like swimming in gold. But all the same, she came from absolutely nothing. And like on a personal level, I think about my mom and I think about what she and my dad kind of went through as immigrants. They came to this land with absolutely nothing, and they made something of themselves by believing in God. Hold on. It's a Sunday and it's beautiful outside. So the motorcyclers will be out, but believing in God and believing in education, it allowed them to elevate a whole family to a point where they probably make, as a family, you imagine like 13 sisters, all like half of them doctors, probably make six figures. Like, you could kind of think about my grandma, her sacrifices, because she didn't get the education. She just told her kids, get that education. This is the right thing to do. Go to church every Sunday. Put your faith in God. Say the Our Father every night. And it was just her, no husband, right? Like, that's a daunting present. But because of her faith in the future, she made sure to inspire that in her children, and to see the outcome where her assets are worth $1 million a year. That's trusting in the process. That's built on the back. So I only can imagine what the cousins are gonna do, me included. Like, now that you have these parents that are providing you with these, they probably never went to summer camp, or maybe grandma didn't have enough money to like say, hey, pick up an instrument, try this. Or like what we're doing with our daughter, where we're like, hey, let me show you how to edit content. Let me show you how to sell merch. Let me show you how to create designs and have your own IP, so you can have a product that's working for you while you're sleeping, which is very similar to what's going on with Kylie. And now we're at a level that we can actually preach that to our kids, and they could actually implement and deploy. So, man, it's just, it's inspiring. Like, so I'm not mad, I can't hate. I think their family did all the right things and in the lane that they wanted to be in. And I only want to do that for my people. I just want to do that for my people. So, yeah, man, hats off to her. Like, and on top of it all, honestly, I don't know, obviously I don't use her stuff, but from what my wife has been telling me and like what I've seen on the internet, it's actually really, really good quality stuff. Like, so it's not only that they're putting their name behind something and people are buying it, but they're not scamming people. Like, they're doing right by the people that they have built a community around, if that makes sense. So, like, yeah, like, only positive things. My only contention is like 900 million over 3 years. Like, that's a weird stat, because that means she's making 300 million a year, or it means that she had like a maybe last year was 5. Like, I just wish the numbers were clearer. I wish there was a better understanding of everything that went. Is it just the lip kit, or is it her like her engagements and everything else that kind of comes along with that brand.
Right.
But all in all, it's just inspiring. I want that for my kids. Like, and I don't think there's a time, like, you don't have to wait till 40 to start being a million. Like, you could, Nikita, she could be a millionaire next year if she wanted to.
I think it's crazy, like, what social media has done in terms of, like, marketing. Like, they don't have to spend no money on marketing.
Right.
Like, they're on social media and have, like, millions of followers.
Right.
And they post something.
They post, they say, I restocked, and then they go out.
And they get it. Like, they don't have to pay nobody to market things. Like, with Kylie, she'll just be like, hey, I'm coming out with a new lip kit, and then she'll, like, show it. You know, she'll do her swatches on her arms, or she'll try her lip, you know, her new lip kit on. I mean, obviously, yeah, and it is like quality stuff, and it's a really fun packaging too.
Yeah. Yep.
It's always so interesting, the packaging, and I think that's really important. Like, even like with this, you know, I got this new purse, and I was like, what the hell? Like, what type of like packaging is this? Like, I spent how much money on this, you know, this Saint Laurent purse, and it just came in this box.
Right. You expect like somebody with white gloves to hand it to you at the door.
Like something, or because I've got a Louis Vuitton purse or a Gucci purse and like Burberry stuff. So the way that it was all packaged, they came in this nice box, and it was, I don't know. So I was like a little disappointed.
Yeah, the design on the Kylie lip kit is pretty cool. Yeah, they just did a good job, and you know, even just working with my daughter, it's about the people that surround you. So this is what I'm saying. Like, they have built a foundation around them of people that they trust and that they can go to, especially with her older sister there. So yeah, she has all these advantages, but that's a smart family. Like, I know a lot about graphic design. Oh, here's our food.
Can I grab you anything right away?
No, this looks
great.
Thank you. No, I think I'll be good.
Does it come with like a different dipping
But
sauce?
this is really good. This came out good.
So we have a really good, it's a jalapeno aioli. Otherwise,
Can I get that dipping sauce?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Alright, let's kind of take a break to tell our listeners what we ordered. So you can go first.
I got like a soft shell taco. It was called the Awesome Chicken. It looks pretty awesome. It comes with like some pretty regular standard fries. I'll let you know how it tastes in a second, as soon as I eat it.
So I got the vegetarian burger, where it has like the Impossible burger meat. So I guess it's really, the texture and the taste is pretty similar to a real burger, but it's made out of soy, like a wheat-based soy, and like other vegetables like in it too.
I don't believe it.
It looks like a burger. So yeah, we'll taste it and let you guys know.
They have like a obviously they do the mini golf, so they have a toothpick holding the sandwich together, but it's in the shape of a golf tee. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's the packaging.
Yeah. Oh.
How does it taste?
Tastes good.
My food tastes pretty good too. It has a spice to it, some heat. That's nice. Yeah, so Kylie Jenner. She's surrounded by people that, you know, support her, and that's the infrastructure that you want to create for your family, and things that as a leader in your family, you have a plan or an idea around the talents of your kids, your children, your relationships. So it's kind of nice to have been awarded the idea of education, so I can work in these corporate environments and make a good amount of money, and reinvest into the items that are inside my house. And that could be as simple as an iPhone for your daughter, right? And she's only 9 or 10. Or like a computer, a desktop computer, and getting specific software on there, and then leaving it. You know, let them play, let them invent, or let them create and try to figure it all out. You know, at the minimum, you could do that for them, because think about it, Soulja Boy made millions of dollars, and he just used a pirated version of Fruity Loops and Cool Edit Pro, which is a free recording software, on a computer that his dad bought him, and then he created Crank That Soulja Boy, and is a millionaire. You know, like. So it's just like having the tools available to you, you know, and then having that innate talent inside of you to create something amazing with that tool, you know. But the you know, we're talking about Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy's dad believed in him. And he was like, and back in that day, it was probably like $5,000 to $1,000 for a new computer. So it's like, man, like, or $500 to $1,000 for a new computer. So I was like, man, all right, I'm gonna get this for you, right? Use it. And you know, he had faith. And look, that was the best investment that he ever could have did for his son. You know, it allows him to live his life the way that he wants to. So you know, I want to do the same thing for my son, my daughter, and not to say that education isn't going to be a key to that. We pump education throughout our household. We make sure that everybody's talking about college and thinking about what they want to be when they grow up, and making sure that they have the pieces and the certificates and the relationships to make that happen. So, yeah.
All right.
Topic number 2.
It's yours.
National Ice Cream Day. So, it is National Ice Cream Day. I'm not a big fan of ice cream. I'll be honest with you. If there's ice cream in the house, I'm pretty much not the person that's eating it. But I do like ice cream. Sometimes in special occasions, especially birthdays. So younger, I'm not gonna.
Ice cream cakes.
Yeah, I do. I love ice cream cake. But that's not how you guys were thinking. Like, you're thinking cones, not ice cream cakes, but birthdays. So I don't know the first time that I got it. Obviously, I was young enough that I don't remember, but old enough that I remember that it was a great experience. I got this DQ ice cream cake. It was round. It had the crumbles inside of it, which just like turns it up 5 notches. If you ever get a ice cream cake, make sure that there's those black crumbles. Now, I'm not talking about Oreos. It's like this crumbly thing inside of there that just like makes it bomb. So.
Oh, DQ ice cream cakes are made that way.
Oh, they're all made like that? I always ask for it to make sure that it's in there. It's so amazing. But that is my favorite ice cream. It's always like, you know, you're rushing to say the happy birthday song, and for she is a jolly good fellow, and then you're saying your wish, and then you have all these kids around you that's trying to blow out your candles, and then you blow out your candle after you're making your wish. And I'm a super indecisive person, so I'm like trying to like, what am I gonna wish for? And then, should I wish for this? And I can't tell anybody what I wish for. It's a lot of pressure. And like, all the while, the cake is melting, because my birthday's in June 29th. It's always a hot day. It's always intense. You know, as a kid, I would always have my birthday parties outside, or, you know, in some type of environment of heat. And and then we just chow down. It'd be messy, it'd be gross, it'd be delicious, it'd be fun, there'd be a ton of laughs. And yeah, ice cream cake. How about you?
Well, I love ice cream. I think just overall chocolate is my favorite ice cream. I love getting like chocolate ice cream cones from McDonald's. And not every McDonald's has chocolate ice cream cones, but the McDonald's that's close to where we live does. And the other day I went in the storm. It was like alerts going off about like severe thunderstorms, seek shelter. And I was in the line at McDonald's getting some French fries and a chocolate ice cream cone. But when I got there, they were like, we only have vanilla. And I was like, what? But I still got a vanilla ice cream cone, because I was like, I came all this way.
Ice cream and French fries do taste amazing. That's a great combination. That's funny, right? Mm-hmm. It's a weird combination, but it tastes so good. When I was a kid, we used to have ice cream trucks. Did you used to have ice cream trucks?
I lived on a reservation, Casey. What do you think?
You have like an ice cream cart, the guy that's just walking around.
No. Not have that.
So it had the authentic music that you're thinking about right now that's ringing in your head. And just like in the movies, all the kids would run out to the ice cream man. In Minnesota, it's illegal to like spin your ice cream into sprinkles. But I guess in New York it's not, or maybe they don't care. So they would spin your ice cream cones into like these chocolate sprinkles, and it'd be the best. You know, the whole, oh man, you just gotta see it, man. Mr. Softy. Look it up, you can listen to the song. Although, the song is actually a song that was utilized to brainwash like slaves. So.
Says who?
Says the internet. Yeah, everything's great, thank you. Says the internet.
Yeah, 'cause if it's on the internet, that makes it true.
Yo, there was a lot of facts and details. Look it up. Y'all see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put the link in the description.
But yeah, so it sounded like you had like 2 memories.
That's a big one. And when me and Deshaun went to New York, we found one and we got ice cream from them. And we got an icy too. I'm so happy we got that icy. Because the icy ain't like the icy's over here. The icy's over here is a whole bunch of ice with some juice on it. It's the other way around. Like it's so much sugary juice. And then like thicky ice though, like honestly it's the best, man. I can't wait to go to New York with my wife and we can have that together because I don't think we've ever done that. And she'd love it. You'd love it.
We've never been to New York together.
Yeah, we have. We didn't travel there together.
Oh, I mean, like, we have been to New York together, but that was when we, like, were 19 and didn't have any money to do anything.
We were pretty broke.
But I'm talking about, like recently. It's like, I've been to New York by myself. You've been to New York by yourself.
That's because we got kids, babe.
But yeah. So I guess one of my memories that I think about when it comes to ice cream is that there was this one place. 'Cause again, I lived on a reservation, so there wasn't just like ice cream shops or something on the reservation, but there was this place called Tasty Freeze, and it was, I think, in Oberon, which is maybe like 20 minutes away from wherever I live. And whenever like, I remember going out there with like my aunts or like maybe my grandpa too, and it was just the best. I don't remember what kind of ice cream that I used to get, but I just remember that I used to, like, they were like, we're going to Tasty Freeze. I'm like, we're going to Tasty Freeze! I think it's closed now, though.
Tasty Freeze.
It's no longer in business.
It's a great name.
But that's all.
So happy National Ice Cream Day. Put your favorite ice cream memory in the comments below if you've gotten this far in the episode. We appreciate you. All right. Topic number 3.
So my next topic is about Chance the Rapper and his proposal and comments made about it being trash. I'm gonna let you like.
I have no idea.
I mean, and that's just what it was. Like it was like a family situation. It was like I think it was on the 4th of July. He got on one knee and proposed to her like outside. It was like in a backyard barbecue type of situation.
I think that's romantic.
With their family.
I think that's romantic. I don't know. I mean, it goes 2 ways because you only have one proposal supposedly. So, you know, you want to make it as special as possible. Well, the day that you're proposing is, you're thinking that this is forever. So, this is supposed to be the only one.
Oh, cool.
And you should be making it special because it's the only one. But it's also like Chance the Rapper, so he could do, I mean, you could do whatever you want. I mean, we could do whatever we want. But at the end of the day, like, we want us. So, like, all the pomp and circumstances, like, unnecessary. It's like, graduation day is cool and everything, but it's a long day to get, like, a piece of paper. And, like, in a lot of ways, it's for other people. It's not even for you. So, if him and his girl had that understanding, like, yo, it's not that big of a deal, then it shouldn't have been, it shouldn't be a big deal. It isn't a big deal, you know? And, like, you know, because we have candid conversations about our reception and our wedding. Like, we love it. We don't regret a thing. But it's, you know, hindsight being 2020 with all the money that we spent. It's like, man, we could have went to Mars.
It was at Mars. We didn't spend that much money on our wedding.
Nah, honestly, we could have went to like Europe and toured the entire like.
Yeah, we could have did that.
We could have toured the entire continent.
It's something really short and sweet. Got married and then spent the rest on a honeymoon trip.
A cruise across the like, and saw Alaska and Wales, and then went over to like Russia, then China, and then back, and then like spent a week in Hawaii. Like honestly, I could have did all that with the money we spent.
Right. But it's really for other people though.
It really
was
is.
For other people.
It really is. It's a lot of work to make sure that a lot of other people are happy, and you know. The other side of it is that you did create this moment for other people, and it's a moment for your day. So it's like you're on the fence type of thing. It's like you don't regret it, but hindsight being 2020, there's like other options. So like maybe Chance is wise enough to be like, bro, I've seen everything, I've done everything, and maybe he's a little jaded to the pomp and circumstance because he's a superstar. Mm-hmm. Although the way Kanye West proposed to his girl,
crazy.
That's
but Kanye West has never been like a low key person.
Person.
Well, do you have any further comments?
Nah, I mean, I don't know. What you thinking? How would you do it?
What you mean? How I would do it? How would I do what? Propose to you?
Yeah, if you was Chance the Rapper, how would you?
I mean, I think that. I mean, you're right. Like, it's about whatever works for them. So if that was like a special situation for them, like then that's cool. Like that's all that matters. And like maybe she's like a low key person like that, where he didn't have to do.
Conversations are so different.
He didn't have to do all that.
Right.
Like,
I could just see like a conversation where it's like, we always do things for the public, right? So if you were to do something big and the proposal was all like absurd, like that's for clicks. Mm-hmm. But to do it like local with your family and the people that are most important to you, not the fans, that could be mean more to her.
Yeah. So
let Chance be Chance.
I just want to
let Chance take his chances.
Just go back in time about our own personal proposal. And I remember when you first. There's 2 proposals.
2 of them.
And 1 proposal, and I was like, all right, redo. So the first proposal, I don't even know if that was planned or anything, but what had happened, I was pregnant. I think I was probably like 7 months pregnant or something like that. Mm-hmm. And you wanted to go hang out with your cousin Mickey, and of course, it's giving me some type of attitude about leaving. And you're like, I got you something.
I couldn't resist. I was just so excited.
And you're like, I got you something.
Because this cost $1 million. And honestly, the most expensive thing I've ever purchased.
You're like, but I'm not going to give it to you, I think, till like after Christmas or something like that. And you showed me, like, you're like, I'll show you the receipt though. And I was like, yo, you can't just show me the receipt of this ring and not give this ring to me. Like, because I'm going to, like, dig through this house. I was like, you do not want me climbing all over the place, 7 months pregnant, trying to find this ring. So you better give me this ring right now. And so then you got on one knee, and I think he was like, I don't know what she said. Like, are you ready to do this? Are you ready to do this forever? Or something like that. Like, marry me. So it was, like, so exciting. It was so exciting. And I think what had happened was that I was thinking about it. I'm like, really though? Like, this is how he's gonna propose to me? Like, you're such an extra person, just like with everything. And I was like, this is like this is a moment where you could be the most extra. And I was like, and I want an extra situation. And I think that I had just, one of your friends got proposed to, and they did this whole like scavenger hunt thing. And I was like,
it didn't even work out.
I know it didn't even work out either.
So it means nothing.
That's unfortunate. But
she has a better relationship.
Right. Well, I'm just saying it's unfortunate for that guy. He went through all that.
I know, it's so stupid.
And then it didn't work out. But it just kind of, it made me feel some type of way. I was like, I feel like I should have like a better proposal. Like that was cool and everything, but I just felt like I deserved more.
You did.
And then, so we got my ring size. So that was out for like 3 months.
They had to add like 8 pounds of gold or something.
Because my finger is so small. It's funny. But you did a redo. So you proposed to me again, and I felt like that, like the second time was like that, was like, yeah, I deserved that. You know, our family was there, even though like I low key like knew like everything was happening.
That's hard to. I don't know.
I thought that it was nicer. We went to a nice little restaurant. Like our parents were there.
Yeah.
We got like had roses. Like someone brought up roses in this nice little like crystal vase. You had people playing the violin and the guitar. And, you know, a photographer there. Even though like one thing I really wish that you did was like, let's dress up and be nice, because I was not ready for a photographer.
Well, if she knew everything was happening, she should have been ready.
Well, it wasn't. It was kind of like, okay, I think this is what's happening, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But the reason why I was just doing like the standard things that we do in a normal day is so I can throw you off and it'll be a real surprise. But I am an extra person, but I'm at the point in my life, and even then I was kind of getting to it where it's just like I don't want to be extra. Because if you're extra all the time, the extraness is expected, and then it's not even like as exciting anymore, and it's like extra stuff is work, so you put on this work and it's just like, of course this is what I expected, so I have to throw everybody off my scent, be very average and vague, and then come back in with some extra stuff.
I don't know, but it's not even, to me, like that element of surprise is not necessarily like super important. Like I just think, I don't know, just the fact that you put like thought into whatever it is that you're doing. Like you just getting me flowers that one day. You know, like my mom's favorite flower. Like, I don't know, that's nice. She just did that. It wasn't like this huge thing, but it was really nice. And you just do like little small things, and it doesn't need to be this grand thing all the time, but it's just putting like thought into it is what matters.
I agree.
And you know, putting thought into it requires like planning.
It's something to figure out though, because as time goes on, like, and you get used to people's tricks, it's just like,
no, it's not. But it doesn't matter.
I hear what you're saying.
You still have always done that for 13 years. Have done things like that, and I'm still very appreciative that you do it. I'm just like, oh yeah, of course, get me flowers.
No, maybe I'm being hard on myself.
Like, I don't know. I still appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you too.
So I don't want you to. I think don't make that as an excuse. Like that's why I don't do stuff, because I have to make sure you get surprised. No, I want you to continue to do stuff like that. Like it doesn't matter if I'm going to be surprised or not.
All right, you got it. Well, keep up the good work, Chance. The real challenge begins now. You gotta stay together. Telling my artist, Pharaoh, that it's a promise that you make to God, so you should be pretty serious about it when you're getting into it. And I just hate it when people are like engaged and they're like, you know, obviously it's a tough. They call it, what do they call it when you're getting it? When you're getting engaged? Oh, cold feet? Yeah, cold feet.
Yeah.
You know, cold feet's something normal and it's natural. So, but it's so tough, man. Like I hear stories of people like throwing around rings and calling people names or saying, you know, I don't even want to be with you and stuff like that. It's so tough because if you guys are getting ready to go in front of a priest, you know, you should just imagine that you have God, the guy that's going to be at the gate, you know, basically letting you in or not. And you're like, yeah, no, for sure, I promise, thickness and thin, I'm going to be with this guy or girl. And then you kind of, I mean, there's reasons to give up. Don't get me wrong. Like, let her cheat on you or let him cheat on you. Like, bye. But, like, just because maybe things get a little boring and he's not shaking it up or she's not, you know, going the extra mile for you that week or that month, you just get fed up and you're, like, ready to throw in the towel. It's like, man, you did not really understand what you were getting yourself into, and it's unfortunate. You know, 50% of marriages end in divorce, so a lot of people just don't understand I think the importance of what you're doing, like how critical it is, you know, what you're really saying. Forget the legal stuff, like you're marrying two souls, like it's deep. So you should really do that homework and that study. When me and Trish was getting married, we went to counseling or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
helpful.
I really
About
like
love
that
languages.
about like the Catholic Church is like that. Like they were like, all right, you better make sure that you're going to be with this person. Like, yeah, we went through it was like a long process. We had to go through a marriage retreat. We had this counseling thing that we had to do. We did this like compatible type of test to see like what we were, you know, the most compatible on, to make sure that we were on the same page when it came to like morals and values and like just our life plan. I think that's really important. And I don't think that people necessarily think about those things because they're just like, oh, I'm just so in love and this is the person that I want to be with, and not think about those hard conversations that you have to have.
But, you know, they don't got it all right because they don't believe in sex before marriage. We don't believe in, like, living together. And I think that's super important, too. Like, I think it is. Sex is really important. And, you know, if you are with somebody with a high sex drive and then you have a low sex drive and you can't really satisfy them, I mean, that's where cheating can come from or whatever, I'm sure. And then, like, living together, like, people definitely live differently. And getting used to that, or being able to tolerate it, or like live
adapt
together
to it,
cohesively,
or like,
adapt to it, all those words. You know, that is a mission.
That's a hard thing to do for
Hard.
sure.
Especially when you had your own place, you haven't been living with your parents forever, and you live by your own rules. Like that's new, because now you have a hybrid rule system that it's not just your way or it's Yahweh, like both of y'all. So it's interesting.
All right.
But they'll do fine. We did fine. It's tough, but as long as you just have a good foundation. Topic number 4. This is my topic, right?
Yeah, last topic.
All
right, you shouldn't eat anything else on your plate because
this fly is attacking it.
Stuff off.
Tag. You know, that's the worst part. I mean, I hate flies. I hate flies. I think people should be able to eat outside comfortably without having flies like just jump onto your shit. They don't even eat it. They just like land on it and hang out, gross you out.
Maybe they are eating it. You just don't know. They're licking it, sucking on it or something.
Sounds like the worst. God. All right, so last topic of the day. If I could figure out what it was, can y'all remind me? Because we said at the top.
Slut walk, Casey.
Slut walk. So this is. Yeah, I'm all done.
Are you thinking about going up on the nature wheel or doing a mini golf at all?
How much is that?
$6 a person or $9 to do both.
Did you want to do putting or?
I mean, you can ask your mom. You need to like let your mom know that we're gonna be longer, because I told her that we were gonna be home like at 4.
No, let's just go.
Okay. No, we're fine.
Well, let me get a Coke with a lemonade. Yeah.
What's can I see the dessert menu?
Yeah, definitely right away.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, too bad.
Should ask me.
Um.
I don't really want to go up there anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Yeah, the Slut Walk. So it's on October. It's put together by Amber Rose. And she's just trying to rebrand the word slut because it's been used in a derogatory fashion, because it's a derogatory word. Okay, I'm getting into my my feelings of the word, or the walk. But yeah, so lately there's been like this trending video online about this guy that was interviewing a few of the sluts that were at the Slut Walk, and
Why do you have to say sluts though?
that's what they're calling
Yes.
themselves. And yeah, and it has some interesting reactions, and he has some interesting points, and I guess that's what puts it on the table today. It is in October, so it's a couple months away, and yeah. What do you think of the Slut Walk? Is it something that you'd participate in?
I mean, I get the message that she's trying to do. She's just basically like saying like, there's this double standard. There's a double standard with how women can conduct themselves and how men can conduct themselves, and if it's viewed by society in a positive or negative way. Like, I think that men can get away with being promiscuous or like sleeping with like a lot of women, and you know, they're the man, like they're the champ to be able to like do something like that, but it's not the same thing for a woman. And that's what the message is. It's just like, yo, let women like be as promiscuous as they want, or let them like, you know, like use what the heck are you doing right now? You're like squirting lemon all over me. My gosh. Did you even squirt it in your drink?
Sorry.
Yeah, so it's just like let them like live their lives. Like if they want to have one night stands every night of the week, like let them do that, and don't shame them about that. Don't slut shame them, and that's what it's about. And you know, just taking that word slut too, because it's just a really derogatory word, and I think that people have done that with a lot of other words. I mean, the N-word, like that's basically what happened with that word. People like with the word bitch, or with the word like whore, like, you know, and now you're like bitch. You know, he turned it into like, it's like a different feeling now when you say that word, but like slut still, I don't know, still has that really like negative feeling if someone were to call you a slut,
I suppose.
So I think that's what they're doing. I don't know. I see both sides of it. How some people feel like, I think in general, men and women should be like a little more picky with who they decide to sleep with. I think like over, I don't know, just like reading certain things, it's like, you know, like whenever you decide to sleep with someone, it's like you're sharing like that person's energy, like, you know, you're literally like connecting with each other, so it's like you're sharing each other's like energy, and you're sharing like their spirits, and like who you don't even know who that person is, so you could just be having this like total like this horrible energy that's like now inside your body, or like, you know, this energy that's maybe tainting your spirit. So I think that that's something that people should like keep in mind whenever they're choosing to sleep with somebody. And I don't know, I think people should be more picky about it. Like, it's cool being free and everything, but then you get yourself in dangerous situations when you're like free.
It's true. I think you hit the nail on the head. I don't know what to think of it. I just think, yeah, I guess they're like powering down the word by overusing it in a variety of different ways, or rebranding it. I think it's a weird word to want to use, but yeah, I guess the N-word is a good example of a rebrand, and I don't know. Sometimes things are just better left unsaid. And if we can just like eliminate that word from our vocabulary and be offended and call people out that utilize it, because if you're really trying to like get rid of the word, well, cool, they'll just call you something else. So you really have to just switch up the thought that women can do everything that a man can do. I don't know if this helps. I think good examples of women doing exciting things, you know, and being powerful and open with their sexuality. So I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like, but how do you do that though, without just like having sex whenever you want, however you want, with whoever you want?
No, do it. And you know, and it, like they're saying, by doing that, you are, you know, doing something wrong. So you just have to prove to people that it's not wrong. And I think that just comes in conversation. I don't think it has anything to do with the word slut. Maybe it comes in a conversation, or dealing with people, or challenging status quo, and just saying, well, let's talk about it. What are your ideas there? Why? And then why is there a double standard? You know, I think a lot of times people come to their own conclusions, and that's the best way to really convince people. It's just essentially by challenging them. You know, challenging doesn't come in my point of view. It comes in asking questions so you can create your own point of view. So it's just the way they're going about it. Like right now, we're talking about the definition of a word. Like we're gonna redefine this word. Like F the word. Start thinking about
That's not a message though. It's just about that. It is about redefining that thought process too. About the double standard. It's not necessarily just a word.
Well, I'm just saying, the word is a distraction from your major cause. So like, I don't know. Like you could flip it. Yeah, I mean you're calling it a slut walk, but you can call it women empowerment like walk. I don't know. Like I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, putting all this attention on this word and the fact that you were offended probably by somebody calling you that word. Like, cool. You could disarm the word slut. Fine. They're gonna find a different word to call you. They're gonna still call you a hoe. They're gonna call you, you know, and it's all about intent. Somebody can still call somebody an N-word, and if there's, you know, malice behind it, that word is gonna hurt just as much as it ever did. So I don't know. I know what you're trying to do. It's just like I don't necessarily agree with the approach. However, maybe, you know, being controversial gets you more clicks, gets you more attention, and that could be part of the strategy. So, you know, I just hate words like that floating around and comment in social media and comment culture, just because then it's more exposure for it. And there's going to be people out there that don't take the time to really understand the movement and what you're trying to do. They're just going to know that you're Amber Rose, that she used to be a stripper, used to date Kanye West and Wiz Khalifa, and it's the cool thing for now. And now you have a whole bunch of young girls calling each other sluts, thinking that, yeah, it's just a word. I don't know. I would be very angry if my daughter or someone close to me was calling themselves and their friends that word. So I'm like, I don't know. But then you think of the N-word. So, but again, instead of disarming that word, if you know the general population of black people, whoever the leaders of black people are, they started saying, you know, we're not using this word anymore in our music, in our advertising, in our shows, in our, like, we're getting rid of it. We're not, white people can't say it, we can't say it, we're done. And we wouldn't be using that word at all. And if you do use it, like, there's an issue. And you're not calling me out for saying it, and it's not even a conversation. There's other words out there, like bro and my guy, my G, like, it gets the same point across. Like, just gotta make those sacrifices.
So I'm looking at this, I don't have any further comments on that topic. I'm looking at these dessert options.
What are you gonna do?
So, I don't know, they have these lemon bars, and it says something about a prize-winning recipe, so that seems interesting. And it also has, like, homemade cookies, so homemade chocolate chip and a toffee butter cookie.
Is that what the one you want?
I don't know. So, it's like the prize-winning recipe. That draws me to that.
Yeah, you should do it. You like lemon.
Yeah. Lemon bars. It's like cookies, though.
Mini donut pastry. Party?
No, I don't want that.
Betty cookies? No, that sounds good. And then
Martinis.
Remy Martin, Louis the 13th.
I don't know what that is. Get some cognac.
Yeah, that's not a dessert.
It's just $260.
Oh, it's only $260. We gotta get that.
Yeah, but it has something else right here, like a weird thing. It's like starter Rolls Royce.
Oh my
It's just
God.
like $308,000.
I wish. I want to order it and buy it and see what happens. That'd be so dope. 300,000? I'd have to be like 100 millionaire to just feel comfortable with throwing it around like that.
Right. What do you want to? I don't know.
What?
Let's I mean, I really want to order this dessert before we eat this dessert.
Well, we're gonna enjoy this dessert without you guys. I'm giving this place 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was pretty good. The ambiance is right. The food was legit. Fries could have been specialer.
More specialer.
Specialer. I give it a solid 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a 4 out of 5 too. The food was cool. It's just really about the ambiance though. And plus, there's extra things you can do. There's miniature golf you can do. You can go on its Ferris wheel.
Or
Looks like there's a lot of interesting cocktails too. So it's definitely a situation where you can like go out at night.
after hours.
Yeah, and it would be a
Happy
nice
hour.
situation. And it's like a really bubbly environment. So
Meet some cool people in a great neighborhood. So yeah, I can see this place being popping. So that's an average of 4 stars. Come out to Minneapolis and check out Betty Dangers. You won't regret it. Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family members. And until next time, bye.
bye.